In continuing to explain how the course works, this video is to teach you how to register for the virtual labs and how to complete them. On the last video, you learned that everything for this course is posted on modules. So let's go back to the modules. On the last video, I may have failed to actually show you what a module looks like. This is the module for week number 1. It starts on September 25th. This is the welcome week. And you will have on each one of these modules the work that is due at the end of the week. For this course, remember, this first week, you have the whole week. You have from Monday, September 25th to Saturday, September 30th to complete everything that is in here. It looks like a lot, but it's really not that much. Yes, this first assignment is the discussion module. You're gonna have several of these throughout the course. This one, it is for you to introduce yourself to your classmates and let me know a little bit about yourself. This is the one I explained on the previous video. You need to email me acknowledging that you read the syllabus, that you went through the course. Do this by October 3rd. This one right here is a link that takes you to activate the access code for the book, the electronic version of the book, the Launchpad. This is the one I talked to you about, that if you purchase the access code, the only thing or the only part you're going to be using is the electronic version of the book. If you decided to purchase a hard copy, you do not need to do this registration. You can use the hard copy. This one is mandatory. This is the link that will take you to the Macmillan Virtual Lab platform. It is mandatory for this course. You must have the access code. And by the way, let me clarify this. If you purchase the materials from the online bookstore, you should have purchased 2 different access codes. One for the electronic version of the book. The other one, which is mandatory for this course, is the one that gives you access to the virtual labs. One thing I want to tell you is that if you had not purchased those at this point, so that you do not miss on any homework or work due, both of them have a temporary, you can register for a temporary access for about 2 weeks. It gives you 2 weeks for you to complete work until you register the purchased access code. So if you don't have it at this time, it should not, you should still be able to complete work. Just go and click. I don't click and I don't show you, because if I click, my view is going to look a lot different than yours and it will end up confusing you a little bit. So I'll let you guys click. It's really self-explanatory, and you just need to follow the instructions to register either the access code if you have it for the whole semester, or if you don't have it, you should be able to get a 2-week temporary access. And then once you are registered, that you can come back to the module, and this for this first one, it gives you a little bit of a background for the lab that you are going to be completing. So you see in here, this one I can click because I think it'll show you, but you will have information about the lab that you will be completing, and you will see how it works. So this is to show you how everything works. It says there, and it explains how to do it. It tells you to follow the instructions, etc., etc. Let's go back to the modules here so that then we go and open the actual experiment. So this is this is where you get the link to actually do the lab that you are supposed to do. So it gives you more information about all the steps. These are the steps for the lab. This is what you're going to be doing to complete the lab. There's actually 3 experiments for this initial lab. It's for you to get to know how to complete these labs. But to enter the actual lab, to do the actual lab procedure, there is the link here. It says enter your virtual lab here. You click that, and it just takes you to the Macmillan Learning virtual lab platform. Just click start. And so, like if we were doing a face-to-face lab, you will need goggles, you will need a lab coat, and you will need gloves. Then it gives you access to enter the lab, and it brings you to the lab bench. And what you need to do is you need to go maybe put side by side the instructions. When you go here, you see side by side, you can actually put this side by side to the actual virtual lab, which is in here, and it tells you what to do step by step. So if you want to put the balance scale, if you need to bring it tells you that. It tells you what you can do and what you cannot do. This is a beaker, this is a flask, and once again, it tells you step by step what to do and how to complete these labs. Once you finish doing the lab, let's go back to the module. So once you complete the lab procedure, or I'm sorry, as you complete the lab procedure, there was one thing I forgot. You need to download this data collection and summary worksheet because you need to annotate. Let me open it here so you see what it looks like. You need to annotate the results of each one of the steps for the experiment. Now, let me explain this. This right here is on a PDF file. So I know that you cannot edit PDF files, so you have 2 options. You can print it and complete it handwriting it, and then I'll tell you what you need to do to submit it. You see it has tables and it has questions that you have to answer. There are programs that you can actually edit the PDF file. If you have that, you can use it and then upload it and submit it, and I'll show you how to do that. If you do not have that program, just on a Word document, do write the answers to these questions, maybe the data to this table. You can do it on a Word document, just the answers. You do not need to write the questions. And once you are finished, whether you were able to edit the actual document or if you did the Word document and just have the answers, then you come to this submission. You see how it says lab data collection and work submission. You click on it, and it'll allow you to either upload and submit your work. It's not letting me do it because it's not available yet. It will be available starting on the 25th. But it allows you to upload and submit the assignment. Plus, this is my side. You don't get to see this. This is actually the instructor side. But on your side, once you click on it, it will allow you to upload and submit the document. Is that what you have? Or if you do not have the document, there is a text box. You can select the text box and you can type your answers and data in there. You do not have to type the questions. Upload, submit. This is 5 points out of the 25 points total score for the lab. So do keep that in mind. The submission of this information gives you 5 points. Then you go and you complete the quiz for the lab. The quiz has questions that access for understanding of the lab. You must have completed the lab in order to gain access to and complete this quiz. And so depending on your knowledge, you get the points towards the lab. So this is how you complete the labs for this course. And if you can notice, week 2 goes from October 1st to October 4th. So this is Sunday to Wednesday. Remember, I told you work for this short version of the course is due on Wednesdays and Saturdays all the way to October 28th. Afterwards, because you will also be working on the final syllabus, then you have work due Saturdays only. But you see how in here all this work is due by Wednesday, and on the same Wednesday you can start to work on the work for the next module. That's why I say week 2.5, because it's really the second week, but now we're fitting work for 2 weeks in 1 week, since it's a shorter course. Do remember these labs, some of them are short and you will be able to complete in like an hour, but some of them are a little bit longer and time consuming. You will need more time, therefore I do not close them. I understand one of the reasons you're taking an online course is because you have other things to do, and therefore I allow for submission of this. If it has to be a few days late, I allow you to do that without any penalty. However, do not let them pile up. I have seen students who, because I gave them this opportunity, they do that and they end up not being able to complete it by the definite due date and time, which is December 6th. All of these labs needs to be submitted by December 6th. Now, also understand that as you bypass the due date, and if you don't complete them, the gradebook is going to assign an automatic 0 to it. Do not worry about it. As soon as you complete it, 2 to 3 days later, or whenever, it will then assign the score that you got for the lab. It will revert it to whatever score you have for the lab. But if you don't complete it by the due date, it's going to assign a 0. Also, like I said, look at the modules. Some of them you have, so you either will have a quiz or you will have an exam due for that Wednesday or that Saturday. Some of the modules, once you build enough knowledge, I post a discussion like this one is your first discussion forum about material that you learned on this previous module. You need to, and the instructions are in there, but you need to enter the initial comment, and then you need to reply to at least 2 other classmates to the comments that they make. And I will jump in from time to time, and I will actually join some of the discussions and try to make it interesting. But that's how you complete the material for this course. I hope this video has been very helpful. I will be emailing you throughout the week. Once again, welcome to the course, and email me if you have any questions. Thank you.